Europe's entire defense strategy is getting a radical upgrade. We're talking about a new shield that doesn't just protect the skies, it operates in space itself. Welcome to the Global War Watch Network. We're here to track the hardware and strategy that are literally reshaping global security. And boy, do we have a big one today. Europe has just activated a missile shield designed to intercept threats while they're still in space. And get this, Germany is the very first to flip the switch. Okay, before we get into the nuts and bolts of this thing, if you appreciate this kind of in-depth analysis, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. That way, you won't miss what's coming next. So, let's kick things off by looking at what this new shield really means for the security of Europe. The main event here is Germany officially activating its first Arrow-3 missile battery. Now, this is a huge deal because it's the first time this cutting-edge Israeli system has ever been deployed outside of Israel. It's giving NATO a brand new and absolutely critical layer of long-range defense. And they are not wasting any time. The massive €4 billion deal was just signed back in August of 2023. Fast forward to now, December 2025, and the first battery is already coming online. We're expecting what's called initial operational capability by early 2026, and all 4 units they bought should be in place by 2030. That's a lightning-fast rollout for such an advanced system. So, what's all the hype about? What makes the Arrow-3 so special? Let's take a look under the hood at the tech that powers this thing. The term you need to know is exo-atmospheric interception. See, this isn't about shooting down a missile as it's screaming down towards its target. Nope. This is about taking out a ballistic missile while it's just coasting through the vacuum of space. That's its mid-course phase, way before it even thinks about re-entering the atmosphere. Here's how it all goes down. First, the incredibly powerful super green pine radar spots a threat from hundreds of kilometers out. Then, boom, the 2-stage Arrow-3 interceptor launches. Once it's up in space, a small, super agile part called the kill vehicle breaks off to hunt the target. And this is the really cool part. There's no explosion. It's a hit-to-kill system. The kill is achieved purely by a high-velocity kinetic impact. Basically, it just smashes the missile to pieces. And to really put this into perspective, we're talking about interceptions happening at altitudes above 100 kilometers. This is truly space-based defense. This capability, well, it really puts the Arrow-3 in a league of its own. Let's see how it stacks up against some of the other systems you might have heard of. So the obvious question is, where does this fit in the whole missile defense landscape? How does it compare to the big names? Well, if you look at a system like the Patriot, it's fantastic for what it does, which is terminal, last-ditch defense inside the atmosphere. It's a lower-tier system. The American THAAD system can reach higher into the upper atmosphere, but it's mostly operated by the US. And yeah, Russia's S-500 claims it can operate in space, but its real-world performance is still a big question mark. The key takeaway here is that Arrow-3 gives Germany a proven space-based capability that's under its own national control. That's a first for any country in Europe. And you know, this purchase isn't just about getting some shiny new military hardware. It's a major strategic move by Germany, a real power play. Look at how all the pieces fit together. The Arrow-3 plugs a massive gap that NATO has had for years in its upper-tier defense. It instantly becomes the centerpiece of the German-led European Sky Shield initiative. And by combining it with their existing Patriot and Iris-T systems, Germany is creating this incredible layered defense network. This move solidifies Germany's leadership role and sends a very clear message to anyone with long-range missiles. There's a piece of analysis I saw that just nails it. It says that the Arrow-3 isn't just another air defense asset. It's a space-capable shield that signals Germany is serious about defending not just itself, but the entire European security zone. So, what's the big picture takeaway from all this? Well, it marks a fundamental shift in how we need to think about modern warfare. The simple truth is, now that systems like Arrow-3 are active on European soil, space is no longer just for GPS satellites and scientific research. It is now, officially, a critical theater for defense. And that leaves us with a really profound and kind of scary question for the future. As these defensive space shields become more common, does that make an actual conflict in orbit, a space war, inevitable? Something to think about. That's all we have time for in this explainer. Thanks so much for joining us. If you found this breakdown useful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Global War Watch Network. It really helps us out. And we really want to know what you think about that last question. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, join the wider conversation on our social media channels. All the links for that are waiting for you in the description. We'll see you next time.